Twitter, the FBI subsidiary, is the title of the latest so-called Twitter Files release, the focus being how, quote, Twitter's contact with the FBI was constant and pervasive, as if it were a subsidiary. The revelations continue to be drip-fed through Twitter in lengthy threads by journalists chosen by Elon Musk. This one made up of 45 tweets. Between January 2020 and November 2022, there were over 150 emails between the FBI and former Twitter Trust and Safety Chief Yoel Roth, writes Matt Taibbi. And while some are mundane, as one tweet puts it, a surprisingly high number are requests by the FBI for Twitter to take action on election misinformation, even involving joke tweets from low follower accounts.
I've heard Joe Biden say that he's never discussed business with Hunter. That is false.
The latest details follow the, quote, extraordinary steps taken to mark as unsafe the New York Post story on Hunter Biden's laptop. How? One executive would write to another, more to review from the Biden team. The reply would come back, handled.
There were lots of reasons why the entire industry was on alert and was nervous.
But a mistake.
And again, for me, even with all of those factors, it didn't get there for me.
But so it was a mistake?
In my opinion, yes.
Okay. Donald Trump.
That one I don't think was a mistake.
According to the latest thread by Mr. Taibbi, the FBI's social media-focused task force, known as FTIF, swelled to 80 agents. In another post, he says the Twitter files show something new. Agencies like the FBI and DHS regularly sending social media content to Twitter through multiple entry points, pre-flagged for moderation.
I think a real concerning infringement on our First Amendment rights, and whether it's done by a private company at the behest of the government or not, it's still a serious free speech issue.
In response to the latest thread, the FBI released a statement which reads in part, private sector entities independently make decisions about what, if any, action they take on their platforms and for their customers after the FBI has notified them.
They're effectively a modern public square, and they should not be engaged in censorship.
Other journalists disseminating information from Elon Musk include Bari Weiss, who published a thread detailing how Twitter had secretly limited the visibility of certain tweets and user accounts, particularly prominent conservatives, an issue the former CEO of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, was asked about under oath in 2018.
Sure looks like to me that they're censoring people, and they ought to stop it. Are you censoring people?
No.
They insisted in the midst of these debates that they were not shadow banning.
Twitter shadow banning prominent Republicans. It's bad. Is that true?
No.
Now we find out they had this fancy term for it, visibility filtering, and that they were enacting it in many different ways. They could put you on a blacklist. They could make sure that you couldn't be searched. They could make sure that you didn't appear in the trending topics. So they had the ability to muffle and downplay your ability to reach an audience.
For over 2 weeks now, Twitter's internal communications have been released. And while developments have largely been ignored by the mainstream media, the story might receive the coverage it warrants if Mr. Musk would release the documents for everyone to inspect independently.